Thank you, DLC, for inviting me, and thank you, friends, for taking the extra trouble of coming in this Friday afternoon. Let's get straight into what I need to share with you. But before that, just a quick word. I'm going to share with you, go back to the time when electricity must have been invented. When electricity was invented, no one knew what to do with it except maybe light up bulbs at home. But today, if you see, the value of electricity is that it is applicable almost everywhere. From charging of phones to running of railways to now almost everything. You can use AI first and foremost to unlock value in yourself. Second thing is what you can do for your company. It is very very difficult to make connections between unconnected ideas. हम लोग नहीं कर सकते. Very difficult. Now, if it is very difficult to be creative, therefore not all companies are Steve Jobs or Apple. But with AI and with big data, you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to actually make connection between unconnected ideas. Whenever you are in a learning mode, first learn without agenda. Don't learn कि इसको टेक्सटाइल में कैसे अप्लाई करेंगे. First आप concept समझ लीजिए, and then we will talk about textile. Making connection between unconnected ideas. For AI, it will take moments. But once the connection is made and it is flashed to you, this is what the connection is, then you can leverage it to grow your business. That is the first thing. The second thing that I wish to share with you is predictive algorithm and anticipatory algorithm. Based on past, predict what they will require and also anticipate what they will require, which is what will give you competitive. And the third thing that I wish to share with you, grow your business is fine. You can actually give credit and grow your business. That's not the way in which you should. You should grow your business profitably. There are various ways in which you can command price premium. If you want to command a price premium, then you cannot offer a mass product. You also cannot offer a customized product. You have a menu you choose. But you have to offer to your customer is personalized solutions. And how will you come out with personalized solutions? You can only come out with personalized solution provided you have a database of what the customer wants. If you do it manually, it is not possible for you to do it. It's not possible, or not possible. And if you have 50 customers, you do it. Is your objective to just remain with 50 customers or to have 5 million customers? So scaling up in your business is important, and scaling up can only happen when you actually embed technology, which is AI, smart systems. AI can help you deliver personalized solution, and you can become the Ritz-Carlton of your industry. Let's move to the third part. What is the third part of this entire thing? You're making decision based on data. So the privacy of data becomes very big. AI helps you protect your data. Can I just give you an example from my corporate life? I got an alert on my system that a sales head was downloading many reports that he was not authorized to download. But then being a senior person, I said maybe he wants it, or he wants to look at it, or he wants certain data to make connection with other businesses or other departments. So we did not say anything. 7 days later, what I get is this head of sales, he submitted his resignation letter to me. The moment he submitted his resignation letter, it occurred to me that there was a prompt that had come that he had been downloading all our reports. Right? What is our sales, what's our growth, market share, what is our area wide distribution. And then when I asked my IT team to actually go and look into it, he had actually downloaded it. And when I asked my HR to confirm that he has downloaded it, yes, he had downloaded it. And after that, when I checked with my HR, they came to know that he was going to join one of our competitors. Right? He was taking away all our data. So we took action against him. Yeah, it's data theft. When I said this in DLC AI meeting, 3 days later, there was a big column. Wipro has sued. In fact, you would have seen in paper for a senior vice president who had actually done a similar kind of an activity. So what happens is AI not only helps you generate data, helps you come out with proprietary information which can help you take better decisions and help you 10x your business, but it also gives you prompts before the horses are bolted. If the salesperson had gone away, then you could have done very little. Fought a litigation battle, it means nothing. But when he is with you, then the legal hold that you have to take back the data from him is enormous. Right? So what does AI do? In addition to all this, the data, the quality of data, the intellectual property that it has created, it can also help you guard it. Right? It is a best security system that you have. Moving on to the last part of this. As I mentioned, one of the things that you have to remember is AI. One of the person I think I was just speaking to before this session started. He said, "I want to use AI. I want to use technology to reduce cost, increase efficiency." Now, as I started right in the beginning to point out that triangle, many people in your organizations are doing repetitive jobs. Problem with doing repetitive job with these people is very simple. So I'm going to give you a statistics. Please listen to this carefully. Research done by Nielsen indicates that 90%, and this is global data, not just India, I'll give you a minute. 90% of people who work in organizations are not interested in working. Only 10% people in any organization are interested in working. This is AC Nielsen's global data. 90% of people globally are not interested in working. Only 10% put their shoulder to the wheel. Now, coming to that 90%, what is the breakup? 60% will put in enough effort so that they don't lose their job and they get their monthly salary. And 30% out of that 90 will work to get the salary but actively criticize the company where they work. You may have noticed it, right? This is statistics. Let's come to India. In India, unfortunately, the 90 figure goes up marginally to 91%. So 91% of people in our country are not really interested in working. They're either interested in getting a salary, and some are. You can see it in your. So can I just give you stats? No, it is sad. Can I just give you anyone who has followed Twitter? What did Elon Musk do when he came to Twitter? He sacked 90% of the people. He sacked 90% of the people based on this data. Isn't it true? And please remember, this is statistics. It's not me saying it. Now, once you realize, so what all of you will say, yeah, ठीक है, करते हैं काम. But the problem is, there's 90% people, 60% who do enough work are not doing it efficiently and effectively. The quality of data is a suspect. So what you have to do, and I'm just taking the word of the current CEO who has succeeded Jeff Bezos. What he said is that if a person is not doing his job well, effectively and efficiently, then just automate it. Now, when you automate a job, please remember, the quality of that job improves, the quality of data improves, and your cost goes down. Right? So my suggestion, therefore, because I had roughly about 35 minutes to speak to you, my job here is to open up your mind to a few things of AI. The first thing is that please don't hire a personal assistant. AI will give you the best personal assistant that you ever wanted. And you can make a pick. It's like a supermarket. You can say, I want Elon Musk, I want the best brains of Silicon Valley, or I want Satya Nadella, or I want whatever. They will give you. In the world of AI, as we go, maybe in the next 15 years, what will happen is the world is likely to be divided. And this is very controversial. So I'm just saying it without any hypothesis. For all that I said, I have data to prove all this has happened. But what I'm going to say is just a prognosis. It's a peep into the future. Once AI comes in, 70% jobs will get automated. Blue collar work. We are doing white collar work. 25% is that. That is also likely to get taken over by AI. The way we decide, there will be more human life decision making. 5% that we can talk about, but what will happen to all of us? So some people say for this 95% people, the world will be divided into two types of people: useful people and useless people. Useful people will be the ones who will use AI, right, to do this, and rest of the people will be useless people. And how will they live, you will ask? So you would have heard of this concept which is becoming very popular now, and even in India 3 years back it was spoken about. It's again on the back burner. It's called universal basic income. Have you heard of universal basic income? As AI takes over the world, every single person in the world will get a universal basic income, which tells you your bank will get the money. You sit at home and do everything that you ever wanted to do, but don't come and disturb the world. Yes, it will. So it is a peep into the thing, but you can check it out. You can just Google universal basic income. So this is just a peep into the world. There is no data to support it.
Obviously, if someone is 90% of the people are not interested in looking, anyway.
But it is in Europe, many countries have now incorporated something called basic universal income, right? You come to India now. Yeah. But then the point is, this is what they have. No, it's not that. But I'm just giving you one view of what the world says. It's not based on data, but I'm just saying. So can I just sign off with one last thing? The last thing is, I gave you a statistics of 70%, 25%, so it is 5%. Can I just tell you what that 5% is? All of you can be that 5%, then you will drive your company and this country to great heights. We are in the midst of industry 4.0. The world has already seen the industrial revolution, IR1, IR2, IR3. This is not called, it is also called IR4, but more popularly it is called Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 is powered by technology. Industry 4.0, the era that we live in, is powered by technology. Whenever technology collides with any industry, whether it is education, textile, infrastructure, entertainment, whenever it collides with any industry, it disrupts it or destroys it. Netflix colliding with Hollywood and Bollywood. Amazon colliding with Kirana stores. Education, Baiju, forget what he did, but Baiju actually disrupted the education system. Forget what he did, right? Every single, you can take now EV. Tesla is not a car, it's a tech company, it's not an automobile company, it's a tech company. It's collided with traditional companies, right? It is disrupted or destroyed. So what is happening is, and eventually technology will collide with every industry and disrupt it. What should you do? The problem is, what you should do is very difficult because Industry 4.0 is not entirely formed. So how will you prepare for Industry 4.0 if it's not entirely formed? The World Economic Forum has given a solution to that, and which is what I want to share with each one of you. World Economic Forum says, and even McKinsey said, it says Industry 4.0 is not entirely formed. If you want to prepare for it, hard skills apart, there are 10 skills that you need to have. To have those 10 skills, and no matter what shape Industry 4.0 takes, you will always be well skilled. What are these skills? May I share them? You have to have them. First is called creativity. Second is called innovation. Third is called critical thinking. Fourth, most important thing, framing the right question. Fifth, smart problem solving. Sixth, lifelong learning. Whatever you are learning in the era of AI comes with a expiry date. Technology changes every 6 months. Then how will you actually invest in technology? That's a question you got to ask. Seventh comes storytelling. Communication is out. If you say I'm a good communicator, you are actually living in industry IR3. In IR4, which is industry 4.0, you got to be a good storyteller, not Ramayana Mahabharata story, business storytelling. Then 8, I have no control over any one of you, but have I influenced you? The reason is that you need to have this power to influence people over whom you have no power. You have no power over your customer. In fact, you have no power over your employees. NZ, they don't listen to you. 9 is the most important one. It's called humaneness. What is humaneness? Insaniyat. A computer can never be a human being. because it does not have feelings, it does not have emotion. So if you are humane, if you have humaneness, you will always win the war with computer. And lastly, which is important, although you are that, it's called entrepreneurial spirit. All of you are entrepreneur. What you require among your employees is not just an employee, a professional who comes at 9, goes at 5. You want that person to have an entrepreneurial spirit. If you have these 10 skills, then no matter what shape Industry 4.0 takes, in which AI is driving Industry 4.0, you will always be a winner. So in this time, I just wanted to open up your eyes to these things. I wish to thank you for your patient hearing. Thank you so much. Thank you.